How's it going, everybody? ATW Tech back here with another video for you guys. NBA 2K16. This game does not play very well. I don't know what's up with it. No matter what settings I do, it keeps dropping between 60 and 30, and it doesn't keep a steady frame rate, even though during gameplay it does. I don't know. Maybe that's why it has pretty bad reviews on Steam, because of the way that the port is and how terrible it is. Anyways, hope you can appreciate the gameplay. That's 1080p, 60 frames per second, and the rest of it, well, right now, as you can see, that's 45, 53, 49, 47, whatever. Can't show you the options, but I'm running at medium high. Texture-wise, high requires 3 gigabytes of VRAM or more, so I put it on medium. Some special effects on, still looks good. But yeah, here's some gameplay performance of NBA 2K16.
Well, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul, unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
Washington on D. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, and the foul trouble coming down the stretch. They didn't have the guys on the floor you'd like to have out there, nor could they be as aggressive on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and because of the foul trouble, they really didn't want to incur more foul trouble, so they backed off and became passive, and that's no way to play defense.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Thompson with the bucket.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Here is Wall. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Took no time at all on that one. And it's 9 points for Steph Curry.
Perfect 4 for 4 for him to start this game out.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's got a nice bounce in his step to start.
Porter in the corner. Three-pointer. Green with the block. Porter, no luck.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Now the feed to Barnes. All with the steal. Beyond the arc. Good on the shot. Wall's got himself on the board with 3 there.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Here's Curry with the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
He's got the firepower, feeling the rhythm here, going 5 for 5 so far.
He's got it flowing right now.
Thompson against Wall. Right wing, and here's Dudley for 3. Shot is no good. Thompson. Shot is off. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Warriors lead by 7. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot.
A was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Maurice Spates out there with Draymond Green. And it's Rush. And there's Livingston. And it's Iguodala in a shooting guard.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
So it's the Wizards now after the Warriors pick up 3. And Beal kicks to Nene. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Livingston dishes to Spates. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene.
And how about the numbers on Draymond Green? He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 9th in shooting percentage, 14th in assists. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And, you know, back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3. His consistent shooting creates a lot of openings in the defense.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
1:19 left in the second quarter. Picked him clean. Neal passes to Gooden. And Beal kicks to Sessions. Here's Gooden, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Let's go.
And for Iguodala, some have said he's unselfish, Clark, to a fault.
Yeah, you know, a great athlete and ball handler. I think he can be much more aggressive looking to attack off the dribble. He's really unique, though, a player who puts his emphasis on the defensive end and does a really good job at that end of the floor.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for Nene. Dudley comes in for Beal. And John Wall subbed in for Sessions. And then for Golden State, Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. Harrison Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. And Curry subbed in for Brandon Rush. And that one's good by Gooden.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Warriors leading by 9.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Garrett Temple is checked in for the Wizards.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
Wall, that's a 2-pointer, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. That'll do it for the...
Thank you, Kevin. Steph, what's been the key to what's working well out there for you guys right now?